Gaming monitors have become cheaper, and there's no reason not to get one. And if you value your game so much, you want to spend a good amount of money on a great display. But that being said, if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you may want a gaming monitor with the G-Sync functionality. AOC 2460 PG. The AOC 2460 PG has been out for more than a few years now, but it has become a mainstay in the 1080p category. That is because it has the NVIDIA G-Sync technology, and it also has a 144Hz refresh rate, which a lot of gamers love. This gaming monitor is a 24-inch TN panel monitor, and what's interesting is that the panel that comes with this is only clocked at 120Hz. But AOC has done some things on their part that allows you to overclock the monitor to the sweet spot of 144Hz. The AOC 2460 PG is also one of the only TN panel monitors that have quite a good color performance. It still suffers from the usual viewing angle problems that plague such display panels, but for the most part, the color is pretty good. Other brands incorporate some kind of color scheme to make their products distinct. That is true for the 2460 PG. AOC has included a thin strip of green at the bottom of the monitor, probably to signify that this product has G-Sync. Upon closer inspection, the AOC 2460 PG looks like it was made of brushed aluminium, but is really just a sturdy piece of plastic. I like the finesse of the monitor though. The 2460 PG is also quite ergonomic thanks to its included stand. You have the ability to tilt it forward, tilt it back, adjust the height, and you can even put the monitor in a portrait orientation if you want to. Gamers might be a bit disappointed about its inputs though. AOC 2460 PG comes with only one display 1.2 port and nothing else. The monitor also comes with an ultra-low motion blur ULMB technology that ensures the images you see on screen will be noticeable and clear. The higher the refresh rate, however, you won't really need this feature. Thankfully, this feature can be turned on or off with a single press of a button at the bottom right corner of the display. Asus ROG Swift PG27 9Q. We think this is not only the best gaming monitor with G-Sync that you can get your hands on at the moment, but the best gaming monitor period. This 27-inch monitor has a 2560 by 1440 resolution, which we think is just about perfect for high-end gaming, offering much more than a standard HD display, but not being as potentially draining or demanding as a 4K screen. This results in super sharp looking games that won't demand a ridiculous GPU setup. Plus, you can still get the usual refresh rates as standard that we're all used to, which is still a bit lacking in 4K screens, unless you have a seriously healthy budget to burn. However, the IPS panel can be overclocked to a hyper-fast 165Hz. As for its more utilitarian qualities, its inputs include DisplayPort 1.2a as well as HDMI 1.4, a nice addition over our previous best monitor pick. If you want the best performing screen at the highest resolution but without the staggering price tag, then this is the monitor for you. It'll last you ages and get you a fast, responsive display with a great resolution and with that great G-Sync tech thrown in too. Asus ROG Swift PG27Q. This is a great G-Sync display, packed with features and goodness that does demand a high price of admission. It is an incredibly high-spec 27-inch display that has both glorious 4K resolution and HDR technology within it, providing some of the crispiest images you'll see on a monitor. And the inclusion of G-Sync means it'll be as smooth as anything too, even at 144Hz. This makes this a truly wonderful screen that, providing you have the machine to make the most of it, will give you probably the best images you can get on a gaming monitor. Coming with the ports that you need: an HDMI 2.0 input, DisplayPort 1.4, 3.5mm audio, and 2 USB 3.0 ports. Its one detractor is a criminally high list price. This might cause others to look elsewhere, but if you dive into this and commit, you'll be set for years and delighted with your purchase. Acer Predator XP251H. Top 180Hz monitor. Acer Predator is another TN panel monitor that has a full HD 1920 by 1080 resolution, a 144Hz native refresh rate, and a 1 millisecond response time. Now, you might notice that I said native refresh rate. Well, that is because the XP251H can be overclocked to 180Hz refresh rate. All of that can be done with a couple of presses and by toggling the refresh rate in the NVIDIA control panel. The stand of the XP251H is different. Looks like a sturdy boomerang with red accents at the edge. For ergonomics, the Acer Predator XP251H is capable of tilting 5 degrees forward and up to 35 degrees back. Furthermore, the monitor can be swiveled up to 30 degrees and the height of the display can be adjusted to a maximum of 5 inches. The naturally limited I/O panel gives you a DisplayPort 1.2 for 180Hz and G-Sync operation, while an additional HDMI slot enables the usage of a console with the Acer XP251H. There aren't a lot of G-Sync 1080p monitors out there, but you are sure that this one is truly worth your money. With an overclockable TN panel of up to 100Hz refresh rate, a 1 millisecond response time that eliminates ghosting, and a good design, the Acer Predator is a good choice. Acer Predator X27. Never mind G-Sync monitors, this is one of the best monitors you can buy overall. Housing NVIDIA screen tech alongside a 4K resolution and HDR tech means that this is an absolute beast of a monitor that will give you the best of, well, everything. And by everything, we mean everything. Its 144Hz IPS panel is made better by Acer's own integrated vision care technology that will aim to protect your retinas. Plus, it looks damn good. This is one for those who want everything now and who also want to future-proof them into the years ahead. It almost seems too good to be true. And how can you know for certain it makes good on its promises? Well, the G-Sync technology will allow the monitor to refresh at a variable rate, syncing with your in-game refresh rate, further limiting the chances of tearing. It really is a top-performing behemoth of a display. You'll have no problem with connectivity either, with a whole host of ports covering the back and left side. The side has 2 USB 3.0 ports, the rear has another 2 USB 3.0 ports, as well as HDMI 2.0 and DisplayPort 1.4 out. The drawback, inevitably, is the X27's price tag. It's very high indeed. However, we still cannot recommend it highly enough, and it is certainly one to have in mind, particularly if it ever goes on sale. Asus PG25Q, the best 240Hz gaming monitor. PG25Q is one of the first 240Hz monitors to step into the light that offers breakneck speeds when it comes to refresh rates. This option comes with the best imaging outputs among TN-equipped panels, which some would say could almost rival the capabilities of some IPS models. The premium performance promised by the Asus PG25Q also includes a low input lag result of 4 milliseconds or less, making it suitable for gut-wrenching esports action. 240Hz can be jarring on your graphics if the GPU isn't capable of pushing out more or less 240 FPS. Huge dips in FPS will definitely produce tearing and stuttering, which can defeat the purpose of this monitor, although you shouldn't worry since it includes a G-Sync module. When used together with a capable NVIDIA GPU, buttery smooth graphics are guaranteed with no additional latency. The ROG Swift brand changed its aesthetic reputation when the Asus PG25Q released. The newer design treatment utilized the lighter graphite base color, matched with orange accents which set this monitor apart from the typical black and red of its competitors. Improvements such as LED projector, hidden I/O panels complemented the sturdy and ergonomic design, which is loved by enthusiasts all over the globe. Alienware AW341DW. A tremendous curved option, the Alienware is on the more compact end of the spectrum. It's of course G-Sync enabled, has a 100Hz refresh rate that can be overclocked to 120Hz, and it boasts a gorgeous 34-inch display, ideal for playing all the latest games beautifully and smoothly. Away from the cold hard specs, this is one of the monitors that really wins on the design. It's very sleek and impressive in its design aesthetic, with its ultra-thin bezels and a stand that doesn't impose on your desk in finish or size. If you're after a smooth and sleek G-Sync monitor from a recognized manufacturer with high standards, then Alienware's screen is undoubtedly worth your consideration. Acer XP252Q, superb 240Hz. The Acer XP252Q is another 240Hz esports monitor, which comes equipped with G-Sync for unrivaled performance in graphics and responsiveness. What we primarily love about this new model is it drops the overused black and red accent in favor of an all-matte black aesthetic that looks cleaner and more mature. The bezel-free face of this device also makes it suitable for multi-monitor setups if you have the necessary system power. The Acer released later than the plethora of 240Hz displays already available on the market, but it still manages to come out on top. The output of the AU Optronics panel provides excellent vibrancy and clarity, even for a TN panel, even if these aren't primary characteristics of the screen technology. You might need to put in the effort to calibrate the settings, but once it's done, the Acer XP252Q shouldn't disappoint. Since this is an ultra-fast gaming monitor, the Asus XP252Q puts emphasis on responsiveness and blur-free action. The 6 millisecond input lag isn't the fastest in the market, but the differences are negligible during intense in-game fights and sequences. You shouldn't worry about tearing and stuttering with this device, since it also comes equipped with G-Sync all the way up to 240Hz, ensuring enjoyable visuals all the time. AOC Agon AG352U CG6 Black Edition. It's not unreasonable to say that right now, the sweet spot for gaming is at 1440p resolution. In fact, that's what we currently think, whether it's the usual 16:9 ratio or at super wide 3440 by 1440. The crispness provided by that mid-ground between 1080p and 4K is absolutely ideal, providing the best way to enjoy the latest big-name games. That's what the AOC Agon AG352U CG6 Black Edition offers. Mixing the widescreen resolution with some of the latest tech, it's a quality product worthy of consideration for that upgrade. It has that glorious VA panel, a decent 4 milliseconds response time, G-Sync, and has bumped its refresh rate to 20Hz, enabling frame rates to be of an impressively high level. It's got that widescreen resolution. On top of that, it has a flicker reduction setting and a blue light mode, reducing the strain of those long nighttime gaming sessions. This all results in a monitor that produces excellent colors on a widescreen setup, and it still has that decent refresh rate of 120Hz. It's also simple in its design. Its lovely curved screen is supported by a 2-part aluminium base. Itself having 3 legs providing stability, this is fine, but there are certainly better looking monitors out there if that's a point of contention for you. Asus ROG Swift PG27 9Q. Now, the previous monitors I have recommended are all TN panel monitors. TN panel, although lightning fast regarding refresh rates and response times, often have the worst color accuracy and viewing angles compared to other display panels. The Asus ROG Swift PG27 9Q is a 27-inch IPS panel monitor with a resolution of 1440p, 2560 by 1440. It has a base refresh rate of 144Hz, but the thing is that you can overclock this panel to 165Hz if you please. Because of the nature of the display panel, the PG27 9Q is not as fast as a TN panel, in the sense that it has a 4 milliseconds response time compared to the TN's 1 millisecond. This fact, however, isn't an issue in gaming circumstances, since it would be harder to notice blurring and ghosting against the brilliant output of this device. The Asus ROG Swift PG27 9Q is hailed to be one of the best G-Sync monitors on the market, and rightfully so. It nailed pretty much every nail in the coffin, from its aesthetics to the color performance, and of course, the gaming performance. Everything you need is on this monitor. Despite all of these welcome features, however, the PG27 9Q is not cheap. It is really expensive, but if you have the money, definitely consider buying this one.